Hey guys, this is Soumya from Bookfeast channel. Today in this video, we are gonna deal with the topic The Cat and the Painkiller, which is an extract from The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and it is written by Mark Twain. So The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is basically a novel. I would like to give up you the gist of the novel. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer deals with the life of a young boy who is named Tom Sawyer and his own adventures. He is growing up along the Mississippi River at St. Petersburg. And Tom Sawyer is accompanied by his aunt and his brother Sid. His aunt is very fond of Tom and she loves and cares Tom more than everyone. But she never wanted to express it because according to her the expressions that comes from her mind is a reflection of the boy. So she never wanted to mislead the boy by telling him that she is very love and caring. So she reflects herself to be rude, but not basically rude actually. And the best quality of Tom is that he comes up with many obstacles and many depression state in his life, and his creativeness paves way for him to escape even from the punishment. So one such instant is that he hates going to school. At certain point, he loves going to school because of the character Becky Thatcher. Becky Thatcher is a friend of Tom. She always promotes Tom to go to school daily. At certain stage, she was feeling ill and she couldn't join the school. So, Tom, he was in a very depressed state. He never wanted to speak to anyone else. At certain point, he was bored. He was vexed with his life and he wanted to turn himself to be a pirate. So, he accompanies his friend Joe Harper and Huck and he goes to the island which is called Jackson's Island. And the people of the town, they think that the three characters were dead. They were not alive and they are performing the funeral for the three characters. In the funeral ceremony, the three characters, that is Tom and his two friends, accompany their own funeral occasion. Ceremony. And this is the gist of the novel. From the novel, we are going to see an episode which is titled The Cat and the Painkiller. So here, Aunt Polly was expressing a love and care in such a madly manner where Tom wanted to express that without hurting her. So he uses the cat as an icon to express it. We'll see what's in the story. So before that, I just want to tell you, I have posted the particular content in Tamil also. If you are in need of that, please do refer the description for the link. And please do subscribe our channel if you are not a subscriber. So Becky, the friend of Tom, has stopped coming to school and this disturbed Tom and he became very unhappy. At certain stage, he wanted to end up his school life. But the situation and mainly his aunt never permit him to do so. And he was very depressed. He stays in his own bedroom. He never comes out. He started hating everything. So aunt, she was very frustrated and she was very much concerned about the health and both the physical and mental strength of Tom. So she comes up with various methods and at certain point she goes beyond the medicine where she hopes that medicine can solve the mental stress of Tom. She comes up with various treatment like water treatment was new enough and Tom's low condition was windfall to her. She had him out at day night every morning, stood by him up in the watershed and drowned him in cold water. So she wanted to have him bath in the cold water and also in the hot bath, and she comes up with various methods, sit bath, shower bath, plunges, etc. She used to make the blankets cover over his whole body. These all frustrated Tom. And even to the food, she offers only the oatmeal as a diet. This stressed Tom and he hates staying in home also. And finally, aunt, by keeping all the remedies through the voices and through the books that she have read, she comes up with a painkiller that can solve all the problems of Tom. That is, she hopes that it can solve all the problems of the Tom. And she used to keep giving it daily to the Tom. Where Tom, he is not supposed to have it and he is never wished to have it because it is very bitter and it is very bad than bitter. So Tom, he cleverly comes up with the point where he turns the mind of the aunt as if he is longing to get the tonic. That is a painkiller. He'll daily ask for the painkiller, and Aunt, she was in a nice mind that she thinks Tom is very fond of the tonic, that is the painkiller, and he can have it for himself. Where Aunt says that you can go and have it. So he used to have the tonic. He used to, day by day, the level of the tonic, that is the quantity of the tonic, gets reduced. But it is not actually Tom who consumes, but it is the crack in the sitting room floor that consumes the painkiller. One day, the cat, it was very greedy and it was very jealous because Tom, day by day, he is having the tonic. And Tom, he never wanted to make the cat taste the tonic. But the cat, it never stopped ignoring. It never stopped making anything. It's just staring at the tonic. At certain point, Tom, he questions, but Peter signified that he did not want it. You better make sure. Don't ask for it unless you want it, Peter. So don't ask it. It is not necessary for you. Unless you want it, you need not to consume it. So don't ask it to me. Again, Peter. So Peter is cat actually. Again, Peter keeps on staring. So he gives a spoon for the Peter, and the cat, it started breaking all the things around like furnitures and other vessels, and it runs here and there, stands at a point. Again it runs here and there. This made Tom lay on the floor and start laughing. He couldn't control his laughing. Where the laughing sound reached the ears of Aunt Polly, and she comes and questions what happened to the cat. What have you did? So what was the reason? Tom says that I haven't done anything. The cat, it started behaving madly. So it is the nature of every cat to do so. And Aunt Polly questions, is it so? Will the cat behave in that manner? Tom says, yes, actually. Then she finds the teaspoon, and she comes up with the point that he is the one who has given the tonic to the cat, and that's the reason that cat is reacting in a strange manner. So she asks the question that how could you make a creature behave like this? So what bad it has did for you? Why do you make it? Heaps. Because if he did not had one, she would burn him out herself. She would have roasted bowl out of him without any more feeling than if he was a human. So if he was a human, will you be doing it? So you have did it because it is a cat, because it is an animal. Why could you do it? With a certain moment's pause, Aunt come with a painful point. That is, she regrets that what is bad for the cat is actually bad for the boy too. What is cruel for the cat is actually cruel for the boy too. And she started shedding tears. With the tears, she says that I was meaning for the best, Tom, and Tom, it did do you good. So I was in the idea of making you to a good person. I was not actually making a bad one for you. I was making you to become the best. So that's the reason I have offered you the painkiller. Tommy says, yes, Aunt, I know you are a very good person from the heart. I know you are the meaning of the best. You wanted to make me best. But I also thought the same to the cat, and that's the reason I have offered my painkiller to the cat. Suddenly, Aunt, she comes and hugs Tom, and she started crying too, but also she keeps on stressing the point that she has did only the good thing for the Tom. And the story ends where the story is full of composed with humors, and Aunt Polly has finally learnt a lesson from Tom. So when you go for the writer's introduction, the writer seems to be Mark Twain. Mark Twain is the pen name of the writer Samuel Langhorne Clemens, who was living between the year 1835 to 1910. He is an American writer, humorist, entrepreneur, publisher, and as well as a lecturer. And he is known for his writing, which is based on the humoric way. Two of his famous works are The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So here I conclude my video. If you want this particular post to be in Tamil, please refer the description. Please do subscribe our channel if you are not a subscriber. Thank you.